Good morning, it's Harvey Jackson. Just going to go through some of the news items yesterday and today. Canola was excluded from the U.S. renewable fuel credits, and there's also some other things regarding trade. So Canada, Danielle Steele, she's on holidays and she managed to still say no, you're not going to put a counter tariff on energy or crude oil that's getting shipped to U.S. and I respected that she stood up to some of the other provinces as she is kind of leading one of the major products that are getting expected or sold there. There's already a bit of a discount on the Canadian Select versus the West Texas anyway. Um, yeah, we'll see if that 25% tariff actually gets put on there. What I want to bring out here is just that this is your credit side here, and there's zero credits proposed, and it's only a proposal for the biofuel, and you can see that it produces the most energy per gram, but they must be using it as the standard because some of these other oils that are used in the calculation for credits for producing renewable or biofuel or SAF, which is your jet fuel. So here's an article that I got last night, and just there's some sentiment here, and if you can read this here as well. But even if there's a tariff that comes on to Canadian canola, it's actually going to put the canola at a severe disadvantage to be used in the industrial side. It may just end up in human consumption or goes to other countries, right? So, but it'll take some time. So we got some downside to this. It is not the reason why we put out a recommendation to get some more coverage and sales, but we just don't want to participate in this downside or this really wild volatility that we're seeing for the next few days going into the inauguration and all the potential stuff that he's going to put on as far as declarations as well. You can see here there's a canola oil rallying is actually kind of detrimental too, but so we'll have to see. Palm oil is falling. We'll see that a little bit later, but it's following all the other veg oil complexes here. Here's an article just on the U.S. exceptionalism on the dollar, and what I want to maybe point out here as well. You're going to U.S. dollar is supreme, but here they're actually talking about how some of these countries might kind of turn on the U.S. dollar and protect themselves as well, which is quite it is expected. So here we are, canola down 14.80 on the front month and 7.90 on the back. Rapeseed is down 8 to 10. Soybean oil down 0.3 third of a cent. Soybean oil is down 70 ringgits about, and crude oil is down 80 cents a barrel. Soybeans are down 13, and your wheats are down 4 to 7, and your corn is down 3.5. And Canadian dollar is down a little bit as well. So here, when we look at the canola, this is the action we've had for the last couple of days. A little bit of red on the screen, and red again. So this is today's leg. But when we look at it in a little bit deeper view here, so when the news came out of the guidance for zero credit given for using canola oil in the diesel or in the making of the products, it fell down pretty hard. It recovered a little wee bit, and then this is the action that we've seen on the overnight. So another little drop that we've seen, come 5 o'clock or whatever it was. Canola, November canola, same kind of legs here. Still interested in maybe getting a little bit of sales made here if you're willing. And yet we still look like there's potential support here in the channel. European rapeseed at 165, great value. But when you see rapeseed actually pulling off of the tops, it did break through the top of the market and has since pulled back. So um, I'd like to see it actually continue up rather than pulling back all the time here. Soybean oil, it's basically just flattening off. If we look at the slow stochastics, it's looking like it's getting close to be a buy here soon. West Texas, it's getting overbought on the RSI, and it's getting close to these values that got made back in April. So definitely gained strength, even though it's red today. Here's the one that could support your renewable fuels program in the U.S. If this diesel fuel keeps going up in price, then the value of the renewable fuel inclusion could get blended in and still be affordable and not cost too much. So here's your soybean seed itself. The last 3 days is maybe taking a bit of a leg, bigger leg down today. It would be a buy on the slow stochastics, but not on the RSI. And just looking at it, zoomed out look on your soybeans, it doesn't have the best chart, and looks like our wheat chart actually. But when you zoom out, Canadian dollar still chopping sideways, not really telling me to buy or sell in that range. Wheat, nothing really to report other than keep going sideways. 3 down days here, and we could get pulled around with corn on this case. So I'll just maybe flip over to get to the corn here. Milling wheat is losing some favor there as well. But here's your corn. Corn has still got some support, even though we've got some down days here. Now, will it or can it hold here is the question. You can see, other complexes are just pulling back with corn. So corn is king. Live cattle, amazing market there as well. And I don't often show this because I don't like using it, and the rationale is because of this right here. 57.6% weighted on the U.S. dollar index. I know there's a lot of people talk about the U.S. dollar index, and it's a little bit weighted to the wrong side as far as I'm concerned, but it's based on euro basically, and then some of the other dollars to create this index. And that's all I have for you today.